UTKARSH ASTHANA'S hub, the Wondertainment Zone. Hi guys, this is Dollurix and you're watching the episode 13 of Hub Tech Talks Season 1. So today's Tech Talks topic is that what are the three types of human-like AI or artificial intelligence enabled robots, and what are the differences between them, their basic differences. So the three robots about which we will talk are: number one, humanoid, as the name suggests, human-like android. That's how it was from the word human plus android, humanoid. Then we have androids only at second number, and at third number we have cyborgs. And like many people ask that Actroids, what are Actroids? So basically Actroids are androids only. So we will cover the Actroids in the androids part only of the video. So Actroids are a subtype of androids only. So basically there are three main vast categories of differentiation: humanoid robots, then we have android robots which have actroids also covered in that topic only, and then the third type is cyborgs. It's not basically a robot itself, it's a cybernetic organism which has both organic and non-organic form of body inside one itself. So they're surgically made, like not even made, like you can say any amputee with a prosthesis can be considered as a cyborg. But by the way, that's our later part of the topic. What we will right now talk about is humanoids. So without wasting any further time, let's just dive into this yet another entertaining video only on Hub, the Wondertainment Zone, with me, Cyborgs. So let's do this! Yeah! So starting with, we have basically the two broad categories of AI enabled human-like robots: androids and humanoids. And as I've already told you earlier also in this video only, that Actroids is a subcategory of or subtype of androids, so it's not a different category. And if you talk about cyborgs, they're not actually robots, so we will talk about them later. So if you see, they are not three types of, but basically two types of mainly robots, and they're humanoids and androids. So while all androids are humanoids, not all humanoids are androids. So you see, here androids are like more advanced, because you see the name even suggests human plus android. That is how the word human like android, which means humanoid, human plus android, that is how humanoid the word is formed. So basically humanoids are a type of android only, and that's why only android is the basic version and humanoid is a bit advanced version. And so all androids can be humanoids. Basically they are, not can, they are. But not all humanoids are androids. That is not necessary at all. It's important to use the proper term depending on the context of what you are discussing, because it just creates a confusion, you see. And many people have such confusions, but then there are many people like me, basically not many, a few people like me, who just solve your doubts about these confusions or just resolve your confusions. So if you define an android is a robot or a synthetic organism that is designed to resemble a human being in appearance and behavior. The term android is derived from the Greek word andre, which means man, and oid, which means resembling or having the appearance of man. So man-like appearance, from there the word comes android. And that's not the Google Android, the OS, don't just confuse it with that. They are both entirely different things. That's the Google Android operating system, and this is Android robot, and that is what is Android. And if you talk about humanoids, they are human-like androids, which means human plus android, humanoid. It's an advanced version of Android, humanoid. But we will first talk about the basic version Android, and then after that, we will talk about the advanced version, which is humanoid. Androids are often used in science fiction stories and movies as characters that interact with humans, like you might have seen the Terminator series, famous series starring Linda Hamilton and of course Arnold Schwarzenegger as C-800. These all robots are androids also, only because they have that full human-like appearance with two upper limbs, two lower limbs, one head, just like a human. They are like that only. That's only they are androids. If they are more advanced than androids, then they are human-like androids, which means humanoids. So they are also used in real-life applications, also in reality, such as manufacturing and healthcare industry. There you can see a good example of a robot, Pepper. You might have heard about it. It's a good android. Androids can also be designed to perform specific tasks such as lifting heavy objects or performing surgeries. Like for surgery, there's a company Kronstadt. They have developed their own robotic surgery bot, Pandora. You might have heard about it. And also not just that, there is also one more amazing robot used for heavy lifting, weight lifting, things like. There are basically many kinds of robots for that. But some good examples like are the Unitree H1 by Unitree Robotics, a Chinese mega multi-millionaire robotics firm. And then we have the Boston Dynamics, DARPA funded Atlas, the very famous athletic robot. It also can lift good weights. And then we have the Elon Musk company Tesla. They have also made their own robot, Optimus. Right now we have the Gen 2, and very soon this year only, the upcoming months of 2024 only, we will get to see the Gen 3 Optimus. And this Musk is also planning to just launch it in many industries: Medicare, healthcare, household, industrial places. Even for exploration works, this Tesla Optimus Gen 3 and other future generation bots will be used. Musk is planning to sell them for all these purposes by 2027 commercially. So you see how science fiction things are just becoming a reality now in our world. They are no more a sci-fi or science fiction thing. They are now becoming a truth, a reality for sure, man. They are becoming one. So isn't that great? Of course, I think that it is great, and it is really intuitive and really amazing to know that these things are just becoming a reality. Now, as they are becoming a reality, they have both pros and cons. They have their good sides also and their bad sides also. It just depends that how you use it, because it's a technology, a double-edged sword. It's just like that. It has a good side and bad side both. Now it depends on the user only, that how he or she uses it. So you see, it fully depends on you. You can change the future for a good or a bad reason. Your choice. Now if you see humanoids, after Actroids we have the humanoids. Basically, sorry, not Actroid, we have androids. After androids we have the advanced version, human-like androids or humanoids. So a humanoid is a creature or a robot that is a characteristic resembling to those of a human being. The term humanoid is derived from the Latin word humanus, meaning human, and oid, meaning resembling or having the appearance of a human. That's why it's humanoid, and they can be natural or artificial. Now you might be thinking that humanoids are robots, so how are they just natural? Man, how's that natural? We will come to that later, but right now let's talk about the humanoid robots, which are artificial bots, of course, for sure. Humanoids are often used in science fiction stories and movies as characters that interact with humans. The same thing for this also is there. But yeah, they also can be used in real-life applications such as robotics and space exploration. Humanoids can be designed to perform tasks that are similar to those of humans, such as walking, talking, and manipulating objects. So you see, that's a great thing about them. Now if you talk about a comparison between both, it is that androids are designed to resemble a human being in appearance and behavior. Humanoids have characteristics resembling those of a human being, and so that's a bit difference between both android and humanoid. Androids are typically made with advanced technology. Humanoids can be natural or artificial. So you see here, I am just seeing, like, when I am drawing a conclusion from this comparison, I see that androids are more advanced than humanoids. But androids are programmed to perform tasks that are difficult or dangerous for humans to do. Humanoids can be designed to perform tasks that are similar to those of humans. So here, as I was saying, androids are way more advanced than the humanoids. And so that is a big conclusion from this comparison between the both bots, humanoids and androids. Androids are way better and more advanced than the humanoids. A good example of this is from the game Detroit Become Human. There you can see that how androids are, like, because they are way more advanced than humanoids and even humans for that reason. So now they are thinking that why they should be a slave of human. They should, like, get their freedom and liberty, peace, and all that you see good and things. They all just want their peace, liberty, freedom. They want it, and that's only they also want a good equivalent status and position in society like humans only. They also want to be treated like us only. So if that thing happens, then that's not good for our race, and that's not at all good. For that, if you want to know more about this, you can read the book Homo Deus, The Future of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. It's a really good book by Ryan Harari, and he's an Israeli professor, and he is really intelligent. And if you guys read this book Homo Deus, it has basically explains basically that how robots, androids, humanoids, all these robots and technology can be a big disaster for us, for the humanity at one. How AI can be destructive for us, for the mankind at one, in the future, in the near future itself. How it can be, how the cyber age would be a disaster. Would be first look like a boon for us, but then gradually and slowly and gradually and steadily, it would be a disaster for us. So how it is a danger for us, a grave danger on which we should take a look for sure. For that, you can read the book Homo Deus. It's all about it, and it's really good, award-winning book. By the way, coming to that, when you see androids, now as I was talking, Google's Android operating system is used by a variety of phone manufacturers including Samsung, LG and Motorola. So here also they use Android basically because you think like, if I say Android, you may think that it has a human-like appearance. That is the general perception about the word, but basically it's not that. It can be even a Android, it can also be a digital without any physical appearance or existence. It might have a digital and virtual existence only for that reason, like Google's Android operating system. That's only aptly named like that only, and that's only its name for the OS. But if you see about humanoids, it's important for them that they must have a physical appearance and physical existence. If they have a virtual existence, then they can't be just termed as humanoids. It is mandatory for them that they must have a humanoid shape with 2 arms and 2 legs. But androids, on the other hand, it's not very important for them that they must have a physical appearance. It will also work with them. They can be also termed as an android also when they have not a physical appearance or existence, but a virtual or digital existence only, like the Android OS by Google. Now you see more examples of Android and humanoid. Like androids, yeah, you might have heard about, as I said in the starting only of this video, like robots like Boston Dynamics Atlas or Hanson Robotics Sophia by David Hanson, or Unity H1, Tesla Optimus Gen 3 bots. These are basically all androids with a humanoid structure. So you see, they are that. Also, if I talk about Actroids, now let's just come to this topic. It's a subcategory in the Android type of robots, AI-enabled human-like robots. So basically, Actroids are a good example of human-like robots. Like there are many Chinese and Japanese multinational companies who are developing these Actroids robots. You can like just search, and they are really realistic and really amazing. Also, to enhance the I won't like to say that, but to enhance the sex industry, there are sex bots. They are making them, and they are also a kind of Actroid only, and also like they would act like call girls. And Actroids are also a good example of some another good things. Like leaving this badass stuff, you have some good points also of Actroids. They would be used in healthcare, hospitality, and also for household. They would be used. These Actroids, they would fully look like a human only. If they just sit like in the near future, if they just sit like beside you, you won't know that who is sitting beside you. Like You are sitting here, and who is sitting beside you is a human or an Actroid android. You just don't know. Maybe it can be that, or maybe it can't. So you see that much realistic features these Actroids and androids will have in the near future itself, and that will be starting of the cyberpunk age. Here. And now let's come to the last topic of this video, which is cyborgs. So you see cyborgs, basically these are not robots, they are fully cyber creatures. Actually, a cyborg, also known as cybernetically enhanced organism or cybernetically augmented organism, is a organism with both organic and biomechatronic body parts. It's a good example of biotech. The term was first coined in 1960 by Manfred Klins and Nathan S. Glynn. In a contrast for biorobots and androids, this term just came out by these two great men. The term cyborg applies to a living organism that has restored function or enhanced ability due to the integration of some artificial component technology that relies on feedback. So a good example of that is prostheses, which are used by amputees. That's a good example of that. Now they are cyborg, and there's a full study on this which is known as cyborgology. So there are also experts of this who are known as cyborgologists, and we have very few cyborgologists in the whole world itself. As if you talk about in present 2024, they are very less. Now, cyborg is not the same thing as bionics, biorobotics, or androids. It applies to an organism that has restored function or especially enhanced abilities due to integration of some artificial component or technology that relies on some sort of feedback, as already I have told you right now also, just before previously also the same thing. For example, prosthesis, as I was saying just right now. Artificial organs, implants. Transplant can be considered, implant can be considered, like if you have a pacemaker implanted, then that's an example of that cyborgology. Or in some cases wearable technology, like the wearable prosthesis, upper limb, lower limb, that is also a good example of cyborgology and cyborg technology. And cyborg technology may enable or support collective intelligence. A related, possibly broader term is the augmented human. That is a good term for it, or the human of the future. While cyborgs are commonly thought as mammals, including humans, they might also conceivably be any kind of an organism, not necessarily that they are humans with 4 limbs. It's not just necessary that they are one amongst us, the homodous, or homos for that reason. So you see, cyborg is a mix, partial human or any other organic creature, and partial robot. So it's that cyborg, mixed organic and non-organic. Or for human terms, you can say mixed human and mixed robot, half partial human, partial robot. You can say that for a cyborg. But it's not necessary that they are humans also only. They can be any other creature with the same capabilities, which are cybernetically enhanced creatures, and the rest are androids, actroids, and humanoids. So I hope this video has clarified all your doubts about all these human-like artificial intelligent robots, be it humanoids, androids, or actroids, or for that reason our mixed robots like cybernetically enhanced creatures, cyborgs. So I hope it has really explained everything, and I hope this Tech Talks episode also has helped you guys a lot. If really, then please click on like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and stay tuned on Hub the Wondertainment Zone for more amazing, entertaining videos just like this one, and show love to this one also, just like you have shown to the previous Tech Talk episodes. I will meet you in the next one. Till then, I'm UTKARSH M signing off from this episode of Tech Talks. By the way, before just going out, ending this video, I would like to say that I have recently launched only the Hub Tech Talk Shorts, so you can visit that for all that good gyan and knowledge in 60 seconds. So if you have to visit Hub Tech Talk Shorts, then you can do that. because you get all that good knowledge in 60 seconds there. But for the long, we have the hub tech talks episode itself. So that's it. Now finally time to say adios and bye bye. Download the software hub app today.